dance festivals to the sea sculptures they did on the beach. They did so many things.
From the bathing bells of the 1930s, wartime.
I go to every concert that was at Cleethorpes Winter Gardens from being 12.
So there's a lot of teenagers and adults in the town now who will remember that.
Casual was the reason that Cleethorpes was really put on the map.
Endless names had played this venue. It was so iconic.
I just could not believe the amount of people that were standing there in front of it.
Popular seaside resort continues to reinvent its entertainment.
It's just such a magic place.
Welcome to the Heritage Channel on Clee TV, where we explore the fascinating history of North East Lincolnshire in a monthly roundup of news, views and other stories. If you're watching on YouTube, click the subscribe button below, or on Facebook, join the group to make sure you don't miss any of our programmes. Heritage celebrations throughout the summer include both live and online events as we begin to adjust to a world beyond COVID restrictions. Cleethorpes Town Hall will be hosting fun, food and fishy tales on the 11th of September, and Cleethorpes Heritage Trail will be available on the Love Exploring app. Grimsby Town Hall will be open to the public on both the 17th and 18th of September, where you can meet the Mayor and gain free entry to the Time Trap Museum. The Fishing Heritage Centre will be offering 10% discount to see the award-winning exhibits and demonstrations of rope and knot slicing. Online events include 3D pictures of the Knoll and Grimsby Town Hall on the Discover North East Lincolnshire website, and the Heritage Open Day at the Casbah has a fascinating programme of events from Saturday the 18th of September, including a video tour of the Casbah buildings with archivist Gary Crossfield and Action Zone project manager Stella Jackson.
It is exciting. It's been a couple of years of planning and organising and getting everything in place, but yeah, over the next 12 to 18 months there should be quite a lot happening up here actually. So yeah, next year should be a really exciting Heritage Open Days.
Tickets for the Casbah Open Day are available now from the Grimsby Casbah website. Heritage Lincolnshire has also been celebrating our local heritage with Back in Time, a medieval reenactment and jousting tournament at Bolingbroke Castle. Production director Alex Thompson went along to capture the atmosphere and enjoy the festivities. Full details of all summer events are on the Heritage Lincolnshire website. The recently established North East Lincolnshire Heritage Network, aimed at encouraging ideas and collaboration on heritage projects, is growing fast.
We've been working really closely with the National Lottery Heritage Fund over the last 18 months or so, and they were kind enough to invite us to make an application, which has enabled us to develop this Heritage Starter Fund, working really closely with Lincolnshire Heritage and with National Lottery Heritage Fund. And what we've done to start bringing it together is develop a heritage network. So we've had 3 meetings to date, all of which have been via Zoom, as you might anticipate. But we've had lots of really great engagement with people across North East Lincolnshire who are keen to get involved in heritage projects. So we've had about 60 or so different people come along to those meetings. And what we wanted to do, working with the network, was develop a small grants program for people to develop heritage projects as an introduction really into potentially going on to doing bigger and better projects of much bigger scale.
To request an invitation to the next network meeting at Grimsby Minster on Wednesday the 22nd of September, email Gail Graham at Heritage Lincolnshire. One of the newest network members is the Waltham Windmill Preservation Society. The 18th century 6-sail windmill in North East Lincolnshire village of Waltham has recently undergone substantial repair and refurbishment and is once again open to visitors.
There's been a mill on this site since 1666. This particular one we've got behind us was built in 1881, so it's its 140th birthday this year.
were passing and the daughter said, "Oh, it's Waltham Windmill Open Day."
We've been here many times before. My parents have a chalet at Fitties, so it's almost like a second home for us, really.
I live in the village, so it means a lot to me, the mill.
Have you been in the windmill today? Yeah. And did you like it?
Yeah.
It's 140 years since it was built. I think it's just the history of it all, how old it is and how beautiful it is.
We're trustees of the Waltham Windmill, so we're here today to have a look at some of the work that's been carried out over the past couple of months.
Our plans now is obviously to get the mill into a fully operational state again.
We're very lucky to have it in our village, so I think it's incredibly important to keep it maintained.
Oh, I think it's very important because it's part of our heritage, isn't it?
We haven't got many local historical places, have we, really? Yeah, you've got to look after them.
Our job now, all of us, is to keep it there.
We're looking at people to join the Preservation Society. It's free membership to the mill all year round.
Please, if you can, join. It's very easy, it's on the website.
All I want to do is get the mill up and running again and having the people go in whilst it's shaking and rattling and moving. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
The mill is open between 11 and 4 on Saturday and Sunday throughout September. Applications for the new Heritage Starter Fund are now open. The fund provides the opportunity for local community organisations to explore their local heritage. James Trousdale, Strategic Lead for Culture at North East Lincolnshire District Council, tells us more.
The way the Heritage Starter Fund is working is the grants from between £500 and £10,000. As I say, is an introductory project for people who want to do different projects that are engaged with all sorts of different local heritage. So that might include kind of celebrating some local heroes. It might involve thinking about the natural environment. It might involve, well, anything really stemming from people's memories, or going way back in the sands of time to maybe thinking about Vikings or the creation of the beach or celebrating a park or anything like that. So the process is hopefully relatively straightforward. There's an application form which can be seen on both the council's website. If you go on the council's website and search for heritage, or go on the Lincolnshire Heritage website, there's an application form there which has got the guidance in about the key things you need to consider. And what Lincolnshire Heritage have also done is developed a template application form, so you can get a sense as to what sort of answers we're anticipating. Make no assumptions that those reviewing the applications know anything about your organisation, know anything about what you want to do. Don't feel an obligation to write lots of jargon. The simpler it is to read, the better it is for everybody. And the way the applications are going to be assessed is we've pulled together a panel with representatives from the Heritage Network and a couple of other people as well. So we've got a broad church of people having a look at those applications. And again, we're aiming to turn those around pretty quickly.
If you're considering applying to the Heritage Starter Fund, my full interview with James Trousdale will be available shortly on the Heritage Channel Facebook group, with lots of ideas for projects and advice and guidance to help you make a successful application. The Creative Starts Collective have begun work on the first stage of the Paint the Town Proud project that will celebrate the cultural heritage of Grimsby with a series of murals appearing on walls across the town over the coming months. You can follow the developments of this exciting artistic adventure on the project Facebook page. Following a £1.8 million renovation, St James Square in Grimsby has now reopened. This ambitious project includes historic references throughout the square by artist Adrian Riley and Annabelle McCourt that reflect Grimsby's past, present and future. Paula Denton from Our Big Picture tells us more.
We were commissioned to work on community engagement, so really look at engaging with the community about what they want to see here, but also what the content of it was, and also then commissioning artists as well to produce public artworks. So Adrian Riley, we worked with different groups, so heritage groups and creative writers, young people. So he took that interpretation and engagement and and research and then translated it into a solid path, which is engraved. So the engraving tells the story.
Heritage celebrations taking place in and around the square on Saturday the 11th of September include poetry readings and art workshops. And if you go down to the square between 11:30 and 2 o'clock, you can hear our own contribution to the heritage celebrations, including a new song produced and performed by Amy Naylor. I cannot bend beside his grave, for he sleeps in a secret sea, and not one gentle whispering wave will tell the place to me.
The dawning light is breaking now, as she wakes to find him gone, and hears the tolling of the bell.
Well, that's almost all for tonight's programme. If you're watching on Facebook, don't forget to join our group, or on YouTube, click the subscribe button below to make sure you don't miss any of our programmes. If you have a heritage story you would like to share, contact our news desk, heritage@clee.tv. We hope you enjoyed tonight's programme and look forward to seeing you next month for more people, places and heritage news.
The dawning light is breaking now, as she wakes to find him gone, and hears the tolling of the bell and the swirling seagull's song. To the harbour fast she runs, down to the cold quayside. To find his is the only boat to take the turning tide. The men who gather